Good morning, friends, and welcome back to another delightful episode of The StrottSHOW. I'm Michael Carroll, Vice President at Strottner Designs, your delighted guide to take you through all these fun topics that we like to cover on a weekly basis. Now, for our regular visitors and watchers, you may notice that this is a little different today. We have set up a new recording space in our office, in my office in particular. So if you zoom in, you can learn a little bit more about me if you are so inclined. We're also going to experiment with something else today. I am sitting down instead of standing up as I bring this topic to you. Typically, I cannot be trusted with this type of thing because I wind up spinning around in my chair and not keeping still while I'm performing my recording duties. We're going to see what happens today. We're going to hope for the best. You guys will always have a chance to mock me for this later if you're so inclined. Now, today we are busting out another SEO 101 topic. This topic is understanding website headers and their importance for SEO. SEO 101, you may recall, is where we take on-page and technical SEO and distill it down into just the finest granular components so that you better understand the topic itself. And if you're one of our concierge clients, this can help you understand the reporting that we send you on a regular basis, whether or not we're doing our jobs properly. So, without further ado, I shall read to you with commentary, as you have come to so enjoy. This was posted in June of this year on our blog, which we have recently renamed the Style Sheet as part of our new look website. When you dive into the world of website construction, you'll quickly encounter something called headers. Soccer players seemed like an appropriate image. Plus, I've been watching a lot of Ted Lasso. These might seem like a technical detail, but they play a crucial role in how your site functions, looks, ranked on search engines. That means they are a technical detail. However, their importance is more complicated than that. In this edition of SEO 101, we'll demystify headers and explain why they're essential for SEO, search engine optimization. And this is part of our SEO 101 series, which is probably now 15 to 20 posts deep if you are following the style sheet currently. So, explain headers to us. In web design and development, headers refer to the HTML elements. Oh, named that. H1, H2, H3, and so on, up to H6. These elements are used to define the headings and subheadings on your web pages. Now here's a rundown. H1, the main heading of the page, kind of like the title of a book. In the case of this post, it would be Understanding Website Headers and Their Importance for SEO. H2 through H6, these are subheadings used to organize content hierarchically. Think of them as chapter titles and section headings within your book. So here's an example of how they might be structured on a web page about cooking. How to cook the perfect steak, then H2, H3, H3, H2 again. Choosing the right cut for H2. Within that, popular cuts of steak and what to look for in quality. Then the next topic, preparing the steak. Within that topic, your H3 headings, seasoning, marinating. I know why I picked this. I love to cook steak. H2, again, cooking techniques. H3, grilling, and H3, pan-seared, and so on. So why are they important for SEO? Headers are much more than just a way to make your text look neat and organized. They're vital for SEO for several reasons. Improving readability and user experience. Comes back to this so often, doesn't it? Headers break up your content into manageable sections, making it easier for visitors to read and navigate. A well-structured page keeps users engaged, reducing bounce rates and increasing the time they spend on your site, both of which are positive signals to search engines. Now, high bounce rate may or may not be relevant, but it can be something that teaches you something about the page, and we'll be discussing that at a later time. 2, providing context to search engines. Search engines use headers to understand the structure and context of your content. When a search engine crawler, like Google's bot, scans your site, it looks at your headers to determine what each section of your page is about. This helps the crawler index your site more effectively. 3, keywords and relevance. Always comes back, doesn't it? Including relevant keywords in your headers can boost your SEO. For example, if your page is about healthy smoothie recipes, having headers like H1, healthy smoothie recipes, redundant, and H2, ingredients for healthy smoothies, tells search engines that your content is focused on that topic. Featured snippets and voice search. Clear and well-defined headers increase the likelihood of your content being selected for featured snippets, the boxes of text that sometimes appear at the top of Google search results. This is also beneficial for voice search, something which is increasing in prevalence, obviously, where users often ask direct questions and search engines pull concise answers from sites with well-structured content. And accessibility. Proper use of headers improves accessibility for people using screen readers. Screen readers rely on headers to navigate and understand content. This not only enhances user experience for visually impaired users, but also aligns with SEO best practices, as search engines favor sites that are accessible to all users. If you ever want to learn more about ADA, for example, you can look down here at this little widget here. This is part of our ADA component to our website. Making the most of headers. To optimize for SEO, follow these tips. Use headers hierarchically, a word I will continue to work on pronouncing properly. Start with H1 for your main title, followed by H2 for major sections and H3 for subsections. Avoid skipping levels. Don't jump from H1 to H3 without an H2. Incorporate keywords naturally. Include your primary and secondary keywords in your headers where they fit naturally. Avoid keyword stuffing. Every article that mentions keywords will tell you to avoid keyword stuffing, I promise. This can harm your SEO efforts. Be descriptive and concise. Make sure your headers clearly describe the content of the sections they introduce. This helps both users and search engines understand your content. So, heading into the conclusion, who doesn't like a dad joke and a pun all at once? Headers are a fundamental part of web page construction that serve both aesthetic and functional purposes. They help organize content, enhance user experience, and play a critical role in SEO. By understanding and properly utilizing headers, you can make your website more readable, accessible, and search engine friendly. So next time you're building a web page, remember that those little tags carry a lot of weight in the digital world. Also, always remember, we can take care of this for you. Audit your website today. This is a little dated because on the new Strottner website, which we rolled out last month, every single page offers you the opportunity to use our audit tool. But you can always find it on the homepage. You can also email us directly at support@strottner.com, and we'll be glad to work with you directly to discuss your site and your needs. So as we continue with our SEO 101 series, we hope you'll find value in these granular topics. Use that knowledge to improve your site and grow your business, and when appropriate, outsource your marketing to a credible partner. I can't imagine who I'm referring to. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to visit with us today on this topic. We'll be back next week with another fun, either SEO 101 or a topic where we get a little bit more in depth on specific areas. We've been writing a lot of posts on local SEO for medical practices or design and SEO for law firms, things like that. We'd also love to know what you'd like to see in a video or in a blog post, so feel free to leave a comment for us. Thank you for visiting with me today. My name is Michael Carroll, Vice President of Strottner Designs. We'll see you next week, and in the meantime, be good. And if you can't be good, be careful. Have a great rest of your week.